The shelf in the corner has 3 things on it now. Before that, it had 7. Before that, 12. And every single time you cleared it off, it felt like a small victory, until it didn't. Because 3 days later, something else found its way there. A charger, a candle you meant to put away, a receipt you forgot to throw out. And in a small home, there is nowhere for your eye to rest. Every surface that holds something holds all of it. The dining table is also the desk. The living room is also the storage room. The entryway is also where everything lands the moment you walk through the door. You've tried the bins, the labels, you've watched the videos, moved the furniture, bought the baskets that were supposed to make everything finally make sense. And somehow, a few weeks later, everything looked exactly the same. Not because you aren't trying, because the system was designed for a different kind of home. There is another way to approach this. Not stricter rules, not more willpower, not another round of Saturday cleaning that cost you the entire weekend. Just simpler ones, rules that don't ask you to maintain a system, rules that remove the need for a system in the first place. Imagine walking into your home after a long day and not immediately starting a mental list. Imagine every corner of your space breathing, not empty, not sterile, just calm. The kind of calm that doesn't require you to do anything to maintain it. That's what this video is about. And stay until the end, because the last rule is the one that quietly changes everything else. In Japanese aesthetics, there is a principle called kanso. It means simplicity, but not in the way we usually think about it. Not a bare room with nothing on the walls. Kanso is the deliberate elimination of everything that creates unnecessary complexity. It's the idea that every object, every decision, every habit either adds clarity to your life or takes it away. In a small home, Kanso is not a design philosophy. It's a survival skill, because when space is limited, complexity costs more. Each rule ahead is a layer of Kanso. Each one removes a decision you were making every single day, probably without realizing it. The first rule is this: if it doesn't have a place, it doesn't come in. This sounds simple until you're standing in a store holding something beautiful and inexpensive and completely without a home. That's the moment this rule earns its place. In a small space, every new object displaces something else. Not just physically, mentally. Each item without a permanent home becomes a floating decision. Where does this go? Should I keep it here? Is this in the way? You make that decision over and over every time you clean, every time you look for something else. The rule doesn't say, never buy anything new. It says, where will this live before it comes through the door? The second rule, when something new comes in, something old goes out. The Japanese call this danshari, the practice of refusing, disposing, and separating from excess. In a small home, this rule isn't about minimalism as an aesthetic. It's about math. The space is fixed. The objects are not. Without a boundary, things accumulate the way water fills a container. Slowly, invisibly, until there is no room left to move. One in, one out is not a rule about objects. It's a rule about keeping the space yours. It prevents the slow creep of accumulation that most people don't notice until one day they open a cabinet and things fall out at them. The third rule, flat surfaces are not storage. The counter, the table, the top of the dresser, these are the surfaces that quietly collect everything. Because flat means available, and available means a decision got postponed. That candle that needs to go back to the shelf. The mail that needs to go through, the bag that needs to be unpacked. In a small home, a cluttered surface doesn't just look messy. It erases the visual rest the room needs to feel calm. A cleared surface is not empty. It's present. It tells your nervous system, nothing needs your attention here. If you've been searching for a way to build this kind of daily intention into something real and consistent, there's a tool in the first pinned comment worth knowing about. It's called Cozy Home Builder. Answer a few questions. Get a personalized home plan in seconds, built around your available time, your energy, and what your home needs each day. The fourth rule, Organize for the life you actually live, not the one you wish you had. This is the rule nobody talks about. Most organization systems fail not because they're bad systems. They fail because they were designed for someone else's life. The elaborate filing system for the papers you never actually file. The beautiful wardrobe layout for the morning routine you never actually have. In a small home with limited storage, organizing for the ideal version of yourself means the real version of you constantly fights the system. The towel doesn't go back on the hook because the hook is in the wrong place. The keys get lost because the bowl is inconvenient. What if the system fit you instead of the other way around? What if you stopped trying to become a more organized person and just designed the space around how you already move through it? The fifth rule: choose maintenance over deep cleaning. Most people clean only when they can no longer bear it. That's not a character flaw. It's what happens when the system asks too much. The exhausting Saturday that swallows the weekend. The resentment that builds up alongside the clutter. There's a different rhythm available. It's not dramatic. It doesn't look like anything from the outside. It looks like wiping the sink after you use it. Running the cloth along one shelf before you leave the kitchen. Returning the one thing that drifted before 5 more drift after it. Small maintenance replaces overwhelming cleaning, not because it's more virtuous, because it's easier. Because a small home cleaned in 5 minutes every day never becomes the home that needs 5 hours on Saturday. And the sixth rule, the last one, keep only what you can care for. Not what you love in theory, not what was expensive, not what a previous version of you needed. What you can actually care for today in the space and time you actually have. This is where Kanso becomes something deeper than an aesthetic principle. When there is less to maintain, everything you keep gets more attention. The single plant that sits in the window, the 2 ceramics on the shelf that you actually notice, the jacket that has a real home and goes back to it every time. Caring for things is how a home stays alive. Not from effort, but from relationship. None of this was ever really about the objects. The reason a cluttered small home feels so heavy is not because there is too much stuff. It's because each unresolved thing is an unresolved thought, a decision you haven't made yet, a version of yourself you haven't let go of, an expectation about what your home was supposed to be. Decluttering, when it's done honestly, is not a cleaning project. It's a conversation with yourself about what you actually need, what you actually are, and what kind of home you want to live in. Every rule on this list is just a way of having that conversation a little more gently, a little more regularly, so it never becomes overwhelming. If that's the home you're building toward, there's something in the first pinned comment that was made for exactly this stage of the process. It's called Cozy Home Builder. It's an intelligent daily planning tool that creates a personalized home routine for you based on your real life today. Not the ideal version, not the same rigid schedule every morning. You answer a few simple questions about your available time, your energy level, and the state of your home, and it builds you a realistic plan for that specific day. It includes a home maintenance tracker that breaks household tasks into daily, weekly, and monthly rhythms so nothing accumulates long enough to become overwhelming again. No more wondering where to start. No more guilt about what didn't get done. Just a quiet plan that fits the day you're actually in. You can find it in the first pinned comment below or scan the QR code on the screen right now to go straight there. A peaceful home is not built in one weekend. It's built in small, honest decisions made consistently over time. These rules are a beginning. The rest is yours.